Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We read in the Bible, right? Does the Christian church teach this? Read that.
Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12.
Nope.
Beware of all whoredom.
So the topic is whoredom. The topic is whoredom. What's whoredom?
Whoredom.
Whoredom. What is that?
Sleeping around.
So we were led to believe that whoredom means just sleeping around, right? And that is one of the definitions. Let's see what else is whoredom. Read.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father.
It says, take a wife of the seed of thy father. What does that mean?
Your wife should be at least the same bloodline.
Your wife should be of your people.
Of your people?
Meaning no interracial marriage.
Bloodline or nothing like weird.
There's a lot of black men with white women up here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's sin. That's why we're in the condition we're in, because we refuse to keep these commandments. Something as simple as, yo, marry a black sister. Or, listen, Hispanics and Native Americans fit into the 12 tribes too. So it don't gotta just be...
You can't know who you love though.
Nah, see, that's an emotion. That's a feeling. You gotta be able to separate how you feel versus what God says to do.
That's right.
I may want to kill somebody. I might say, you know what, I get angry, I want to kill somebody. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill.
Right.
It don't matter how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? You may think you love that white girl. Guess what? That white girl, she gonna get you locked up. She gonna scream, rape. You hear what's going on in the community? Right. Matter of fact, finish that out.
Beware of all whoredom.
Beware of whoredom. You should be more worried about whoredom than loving a white girl. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. But you want to know the truth? The truth is our sisters ain't have, the truth is that our sisters got the same problem that we got.
Oh, nah.
We ain't have no fathers.
For sure.
We didn't have our fathers. They ain't had their fathers. They needed their fathers just like we did.
But guess what?
And it was hard for us to come together and create a family together.
Now,
it's like they coming from a place of hurt. We coming from a place of hurt. How do
and
we
it's a
build?
cycle, right? So check this out. We ain't no different from y'all. We come from the hood, broken homes, broken families, family members on drugs, crack, strung out. We experience the same thing. But there come a point in time where you gotta man up and understand what's going on and then act accordingly. So if you know the sister is dealing with the same things we're dealing with, that means we gotta have more mercy on each other.
Yeah.
We gotta understand where we come from, but that don't mean we just let shit slide. We gotta correct each other, right? So read what you got. Watch this.
Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
This is the truth. This is what the truth is. Forget how you feel about it. This is what the Bible says. Watch this, read.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
The laws of God is the truth, right? It ain't about how, there's no emotion involved with this. Do what you told, do what you say. We following Christ. How do we not want to do what Christ says? Watch this. So for example, let's deal with, do you got a question on that before I switch gears a little bit? Let's go back to 28. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, because I really want you to understand about why the Bible is so, people think it's changed and everything. Watch this, watch this.
It's been warped to fit a certain, I don't even know.
Hey, watch this, read this, read this.
Ideology.
So you see the name of this book. Read the title of that book. Watch this.
When I was a slave, memoirs from the slave narrative collection.
So remember, we were slaves here in America. Everything we know and learn, the language we speak, the way we dress, the way we think, we all learn from the white man. Watch this, read this.
Page 32, we had the best mistress and master in the world.
So this is written from a slave. He said we had the what?
Best mistress and master in the world.
Watch what he says, read.
And they was Christian folks. And they taught us to be Christian-like too.
So they taught us to be Christian-like. Read.
Every Sunday morning.
Every what?
Every Sunday morning.
It says every Sunday morning. What's today? Today's Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Watch this. Every Sunday morning we did what?
Old master would have all us niggers to the house while he would sing and pray and read the Bible to us all.
So when we was in slavery, on Sunday morning, the master, the white man, he would gather all the little slaves and read the Bible. He would read the Bible. Watch this, read.
Old master taught us not to be bad.
He told us what?
Not to be bad.
Read.
He taught us to be good. He told us to never steal, nor to tell false tales.
So, the white man gathered us up on Sunday to teach us about the Bible. That was why we were enslaved. Now, after a couple hundred years, now you got Sunday church, Sunday worship. So we learned that in slavery. Now, what should the Bible say about that? Because remember, people think the Bible's been manipulated. When in reality, it's the doctrine has been manipulated. What they taught us has been manipulated, but the Bible never changed. Watch this. Read what you had in Luke about Christ on the Sabbath. Watch this. So we just read out the book that they gathered us on a Sunday. Does the Bible support that? Read, watch this.
Luke chapter 4, verse 16. And he came to Nazareth.
So this is Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. Read.
Where he had been brought up. And as his custom was.
This is what he did. Read.
He went into the synagogue.
The synagogue, read.
On the Sabbath day.
No, on Sunday.
On the Sabbath day.
The Sabbath day is the 7th day. That's Saturday. So on the Sabbath day, Jesus Christ went to the synagogue. Read, watch this.
And stood up for to read.
So the white master, what he do? He did the opposite.
He took our day.
So was that manipulated, or was that what they taught us?
Manipulated. But I'm saying, like, if Sunday is really technically the first day of the week, but we choose that day to praise God.
Get Matthew,
Saturday,
what is it, 15:3, I think? Get that.
Saturday was our holy day. That was the day that we were supposed to respect as our holy day.
That was our holy day.
For what reason, though, did they need to change it?
Because, again,
like, what benefit do it do for them?
Get Judified. Get Judified. I'm gonna get Judified first.
What is it so that we just don't know our real
So I'm gonna tell you.
game?
So the reason why they changed everything for us is because we are a spiritual people.
Yeah.
When we keep these laws and when we come together, everything in this system is gonna go down. And I'm gonna give you.
So why we didn't do this why we don't do this on Saturday and flip if we know all of this?
Do you see what we're gathering right now?
On Sunday?
No, on Saturday. We gather on Saturday, but we here teaching y'all right now. But we gather on Saturday.
Because you know you can catch us out coming out the churches.
Now watch this, Judah 5. This is something that everybody else knows about us. The Jews, the real Jews. Watch this, read.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20.
Read.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
So if there be any error in this people, the 12 tribes of Israel, when we're in the midst of sin, when we're breaking God's laws, killing each other, committing adultery, fornication, when we doing all that wickedness, what? The other nations do something. What they do? Read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us
read. My bad. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
You hear that? Oh, we shall overcome them. So to answer your question, when we are in the midst of sin, these other nations take advantage of that, and they overcome us. For example, I'm gonna give you one example from a financial perspective, right? Black people, we don't own nothing, we don't have nothing, but have you ever heard that we spend the most money?
Yep. Right.
How we spend the most money, but we can't retain anything in our community? Now watch this, get the laws on Sabbath. Not only are we supposed to congregate on the Sabbath day, there are laws pertaining to the Sabbath day.
You know what I really don't like, that I really don't understand, or really since I gotten older, like, why do we want to go and spend so much of our money to spend it in another culture's restaurant, or where somebody else's name across our chest?
Because guess what?
It's important to wear Michael Kors or Gucci.
Hey look, remember earlier you made a comment.
300 years ago, we walked around with pride with their name on our
look,
shirt.
remember when you said, why does this color matter? That's the answer to your question, because our people think color don't matter. So they spend money wherever they go, with whoever they go, Everybody else keep it amongst themselves. We don't think this type of stuff matters. That's the answer.
It should be more famous black
Watch
neighbors.
this,
Like,
man. They don't care about it. They care about the money.
I mean, it's black people that got
Read what
stuff.
you got. But they don't care. Watch this. Read this.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31.
Answer this question for me. I'm about to ask you. Read.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day,
Say on the Sabbath day, Saturday, if the people of the land bring anything to sell, there's something that we didn't do. Watch this. Read.
on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So check this out. Listen up, bro. Hold up, bro. This for you too.
I'm listening.
On the Sabbath day, we would not buy anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine today, right? Like right now, on Saturday, everybody you see in the purple shirt, we don't do no buying.
That's right.
We don't do no selling.
That's right.
So now, imagine if everybody on this sign kept that law on the Sabbath day. What would happen? What would happen to society?
Maybe a couple bits might go out of
Shit.
business. Maybe.
The whole United States would go under.
That's right.
For just one day.
For just one day. You know how much money we spend? That means, and then times that by 4 weeks, that's a whole
I
month.
mean, we probably spend a lot of money over the weekend. Saturday,
Probably.
the biggest day of the weekend.
Man, you know how many people in the club buying tables? How many people buying liquor, weed, buying all clothing, anything that you can think of. You're not supposed to work on Saturday. You know how many of us, we do the trash, the riding buses, driving trucks. We shutting all of that down.
That's right.
Just on one day.
That's right.
Times that by a month, times that by a year.
Wake 'em up.
What would happen to society? So to answer your question, that's why they keep us away from the laws.
That's right.
Because that takes everything down.
They just benefit off of us
They
every
benefiting
time.
off us
That's
every
right.
time, every day. You understand that? Look at the sign this brother's holding up. All these different religions was taught to us by our oppressors. You understand that? So why are we out here?
Why they got, what's this got to do with it?
That's the Kaaba stone, right?
Yeah.
You said your father was Islam, right?
Yeah.
Get we about to wrap it up real soon. Get 2864. Watch this. Because at one point in time, there was no Christianity. Right. At one point in time, there was no Islam.
Right.
You understand that?
It's probably only like the Jews, the Europeans.
You gotta look up something called the sub-Saharan slave trade. So
heard of that.
the same way we learned Christianity and the Atlantic slave trade, we learned Islam and the sub-Saharan slave trade. The same thing, just on a different side of the world. Same thing. Read this, watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall
Hold up, bro,
scatter
listen
thee among all people.
So this is a prophecy. Listen up, bro. It said the Lord gonna scatter us among all people. Read.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there
It says, and there, once you get there, you're gonna do what?
thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known,
So watch this. It's gonna describe those guys we're gonna serve. Read.
even wood and
It
stone.
says wood and stone. What you think that stone is? That Kaaba stone.
That's right.
The concrete that we standing on? Or what you mean?
But who worships the concrete?
Oh, you talking about this.
That's right.
Got you.
So guess what?
I'm following.
Again, this was written thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
The prophecy is if you Israelites don't follow and do the commandments,
You'll worship a stone.
you're gonna start worshiping stones. You're gonna start worshiping wood, which is that Christian cross, which is that Christian doctrine.
Bring it out.
And not the spirit of God.
So last thing, Deuteronomy 10 and 12 is what I want. So why are we out here? We are out here trying to gather the Israelites back up.
That's right.
So we can have that power.
That's right.
Understand that?
Right.
So we can bring all this down. We're supposed to be the gods on this earth.
That's right.
At one point in time, we ruled this whole earth. King David, King Solomon, we ruled everything.
That's right.
I mean,
But
I
because
really
of sin.
believe it. That's probably why so many black people take over like like sports,
Exactly.
music, everything we do it the best.
Like-
But somehow we just don't get we don't never reap the benefit. We don't come back, and it just don't make sense to me how we could be the best at so many things, but we live how we live.
That in itself should show you that there is a God that's withholding something from us. Because we physically stronger than everybody, we're smarter than everybody. So there's have to be a higher entity withholding something from us because of our disobedience though. That's the point. Because if it was just up to us, we would be ruling everything, right?
One last question.
Hold on. Let me, because I gotta close out. Let me read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So how do we know we're Israel? You was listening this whole time. How do we know we're Israel? Because of the curses.
The curses.
Because of the curses. We're cursed in the city. We're cursed in the field. We're serving our enemies. We're the ones who came over here on Egypt on ships.
Bring it out.
That's how we know we are Israel.
That's right.
You understand that? So read that again.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now that you understand that, the Most High God requires something of y'all, because y'all Israel too. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
So now you got to start fearing God.
Yeah.
Fear his judgment. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
Read.
And to love him. And to serve him. The Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Repeat that part again.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Remember, all this happened because we broke the commandments. So now that you remember who you are, I am an Israelite.
Right.
You can't walk. You can't walk like an African American out here. You got to walk like an Israelite out here.
That's right.
There's a difference.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.